Hey, this is David Finale from Century 21 located in New Jersey. Here's another one of our great video training series. Hope you enjoy it. See you on the other side. Thanks. Time management for real estate agents. What's important? There's two kinds of activities that are extremely important. They're income producing activities and support activities. The question is you have to realize if you need help or not, depending on how busy you are. Can you afford to help? That's important too. Or can you afford not to have help? Do you have any systems? Do you use any time management systems now? Do you use a day timer, Outlook, Top Producer, paper, lists? What do you use now, if anything? Do you use the pile system, which is piles on your desk, piles on chairs, piles on the floor? You can imagine how good this system is because if you go into a busy attorney's office, you'll notice piles of files everywhere. And you wonder why it takes him weeks to get back to you. Do you leave things out so you don't forget them? This is a system that I've used for years, and guess what? It doesn't work. Do you have a prioritization system where you make a list and you prioritize things? Do you have a system that 10 minutes before an appointment, if you have idle time, you have something you can do? Some people want to relax before an appointment and get ready, or others are ready and they've got idle time. One thing to remember is never get on the phone before an appointment because it might get involved and it could be a distraction, it could frustrate you, it could also anger you, and that you don't want. There's little things you can do to keep you busy, those 10 minutes or 15 minutes before you leave for an appointment or before someone comes to you. Do you write lists down? To-do lists, or as I like to call them, to get done lists. The most important thing in time management is the biggest problem that can occur, which are interruptions. Now, you have to be flexible with a schedule when you're working. However, interruptions can really sidetrack you and give you roadblocks, and we want to stay away from them. Now, some interruptions, as I said, you have to be flexible for, but you want to be able to answer a question quickly. If it's long involved, schedule an appointment with that person or a time. I'll get back to you, like say in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I'll be right with you. But do not allow interruptions to sidetrack your business. Do you schedule things, or do you just do stuff as it comes along? What's important? Well, let's start with a business plan. If you don't have a written business plan, you need to get one. You see, we need to write this down. Many studies have shown us that if you write down what your business commitments are, you have a better chance of achieving them and being more successful. A lot of people will have them in their heads. They will have it. They'll talk to their family about it, or they'll talk to their coworkers about it, but they're not writing it down. Writing it down is the first commitment to your business. If you need a business plan and don't have one, I have a module for it. So I'll give you that information after the presentation. Divide and conquer. Our lives are very busy. What do you think is the most important thing that we need to schedule? Is it your support activities, your income producing activities? The one thing is the most important thing, it's your family and your personal life. Never schedule work first. Never schedule your family around your work. Never schedule your personal life around your work. These things should be scheduled first, and everything else is scheduled around them. You need time to work on your income producing activities and your support activities. And then there's routine activities, which are part of the two above. Income producing activities: lead generation, showing houses, listing properties, lead conversion. To accomplish everything above these four things, we need to prospect. Now, I just want to go back and talk about the fourth thing there, which is lead conversion. This is part of your income producing activities, and you rarely see this spelled out. Now it's the most important thing you have. A lot of people say they don't get enough leads, but we really do get enough leads. We just don't convert them well. So that's part of your training that you need to get is how to convert leads, or maybe you just need to work harder on it, or maybe you need to schedule it. Remember, lead generation is number one, but lead conversion is 1A. Support activities, office meetings, paperwork, MLS stuff, board stuff, it all has to be done. Your office is going to require some, your business requires other. Phone calls, emails, flyers, you got to make feature sheets for your listings, customer updates, got to stay in touch with your customers. Just as important, you need to keep your contact database updated. Take people off, put people on. Always try to add to that database. You got mail you got to read, and there's a lot of other crap that comes along too. So how do you decide what to do first? Well, what do you need to do, or what do you think you need to do? Well, let's get started with making life a little easier for you. Take some time to think about what you have to do that's included in your business plan. You know, when you talk about a business plan, your business plan has a goal, or what I like to use is commitment, because goal, that word is just an idea, but when you put commitment down, it means more, okay? Let's just go to a really quick example. Back in 1960, when President John Kennedy was inaugurated, he said his goal for the end of the decade, which would be the 60s, was to get to the moon. Now, they had no idea what kind of rocket they were going to use, what kind of fuel they were going to use, what kind of spaceship they were going to use, what kind of spacesuit they were going to use. So they took their commitment and worked back from there and created everything and made it work. Working backwards from the plan will make it easier to set priorities. Prospecting is the ultimate chore. Without it, no leads, no money. Remember, it's number one. So when we look at this schedule that I just put up, it's a prioritization schedule for a full-time agent. I will tell you that this is an aggressive, full-time schedule. Notice there's the same thing the first 3 times of the day. Alarm, when you get up, you get ready for work and go to work, review your list and clear your desk. Okay, so when you get to work and when you end the day, some people like to begin the day and end the day with paper. What I mean by that is making lists. You can make a list at the end of your day and number it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But understand, see the first 3 things. You're doing the same thing every day. There's at least 2 hours every day for prospecting. There's time for clients. There's time for phone calls and emails. There's also time to relax and have fun. And also very important, you need time to know the market, which is visiting listings. Oh yeah, and of course, eating. So this is a very aggressive schedule, a very aggressive real estate time blocking schedule for the full-time agent. Now there's a lot of those out there, a lot of us out there, that don't have this kind of time. Maybe we have kids and we have to get them ready for school. We got to pick them up at the end of the day. So this next one, which I call a limited time agent, still a full-time agent, but it gives you a little bit more time in the morning. Maybe you need to, get your kids ready or take care of personal items first thing in the morning. And then at the end of the day, you need to do other things. Well, basically what you see here is a similar schedule with prospecting every day, support activities, visiting listings, client time, open houses, so on and so forth. But it's here, and this is something that will work for you for the limited time agent. So drilling down to the blocks, let's see what we have to do. You got to make a list of everything that you have to do. You got to number them. Remember I said that a few minutes ago about making a list at the end of the day or the beginning of the day and numbering the prioritization of them. Label it, whether it's prospecting, support, education, whether it's routine activities. Now we talk about ritual. If you notice the first 3 things on both of the block schedules had getting up, getting ready and going to work, clearing your desk. I can tell you that there could be 10 things that you do every morning right after you wake up. And if you do them, you're going to know that and understand them. Ritual. Ritual is something you do on a regular basis. By doing something regularly, like every morning when you wake up, you probably brush your teeth, you might have coffee, you might maybe turn the news on, you might have cereal, you might take a shower, but there's certain things you do every morning the same way. That's ritual. And what we're trying to get you to understand here is that you need ritual in your daily life as well when it comes to work. It all comes down to having a ritual. It's a commitment to what you are trying to accomplish. Now, you do stuff the same way every day, as I said. What's going to help you with this is your business plan. And attached to your business plan are your action plans. Remember, as I said, you have a ritual in the morning. Here's some making it work tips. Every day, revise your list. Decide when you're going to do something, when you're the most productive. Use waiting time effectively. Remember, you have to be flexible. You have to be for the things like appointments and things that pop up. Try not to let things pop up if you can, but things that pop up can always be placed in a time slot that you've set up for yourself. And reward yourself. Maybe that's going out to lunch once a week. Maybe that's hanging out with your significant other at night without having your phone on. Maybe it's just sitting down and having a glass of wine with that person. But reward yourself. That's important because you're working hard. Value your time and others will do the same. They're not going to get pissed at you if you say you can't talk to them right now. They're going to understand and respect you for your time. Avoid interruptions. Handle any correspondence once and be done with it. Example here is mail or an email. Don't put it aside. Open it up, read it, do what you got to do, toss it out, finish it, delete it, whatever. However, there may be some pieces of correspondence and email that you want to read later during your training and reading time. That's okay, but that's the only exception to this rule. Make sure your clients understand your schedule. Set realistic expectations of communication with your clients and customers and stick to it. They'll love you for it. Utilize travel time efficiently. If you need gas in your car, get it on your way to work. If you need office supplies and you pass the Staples on your way to work, some of us drive highways where Staples are, some of us don't. But if you pass things on your way to work and you're going to need to stop at those places, of course, if they're open, do it. If you're going out to look at listings, set up your path correctly so that if you need to do something like Staples, as I said, do it then, but use it efficiently. Most of all, spend most of your time with income-producing tasks. When you get home, turn off your phone. There are no emergencies in real estate. If you have set realistic expectations of communication with your clients and your coworkers, this won't be a problem. No one needs to call you at 9 or 10 o'clock at night and tell you there's a problem with a transaction because you can't do anything till tomorrow anyway. It's a business. It's not a hobby. Be realistic when you're setting up your schedule. Don't set it up so you have that possibility of being overwhelmed. Give yourself a break. Relax, but set it up. Now, the biggest thing that can happen to you is you'll hit roadblocks. I did mention this phrase earlier. What you do when you hit these roadblocks is going to really determine what your success is going to be. It's the hardest part of time management, and it's the hardest part of our lives. If you have a support system, it will help. You might have someone that you work with that you can call and say, hey, look, Joe, I'm stuck. Talk to me through this. It's okay to have a support system. It's always okay to admit you're stuck somewhere. You might hit a wall at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, as some do, as I do, where you're tired. Well, maybe to hit that wall and to get around it, you need a cup of coffee or you need to go outside and breathe some fresh air. Get rid of the roadblocks one way or the other. A support system or a support person is one great way to do it. But don't let them bother you because they're going to happen. Have we learned that without time blocking, you'll always be urgently busy without getting the most profitable activities done for your listings? What's going to happen there is you're going to lose buyers and you're going to lose listings. The largest difference between mediocre agents and good producers and top producers is that the top producers always find time to keep their pipelines filled with the most profitable activities. And of course, the most profitable activities are lead generation activities. These are normally time blocked by the top producer. The top producer will also understand lead conversion, and that will be a part of lead generation activities. Lead generation is a waste of time and money without lead conversion tactics. Well, I want to thank you very much for the time you spent with me today. Here's my information. You can take it down. If you're interested in getting information about the business plan, please go to BergenCountyRealEstateCareers.com, click on the interactive business plan, and fill out the form. It can't take you more than 3 minutes, and then within 3 minutes after that, you'll get an email PDF that will be your 19-page business plan. Read it, think about it. If you have any questions, give me a call. Thanks so much for your time. I hope this helped. Well, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that session. For more information, there's going to be a form to your right here, so you can fill it out, get more of these training videos, or get more information. Thanks again. Again, my name is David Finale with Century 21. See you again.